Hey guys, Flight Sim Jammer here. Today we are gonna do an unboxing. Yeah! I ordered the tool that I've been talking about to do the Dupont connectors, and it wasn't supposed to get here for another day or so, and I got up this morning and it was on my doorstep. So here we go. This kit, I decided to go with this one because it said it has 1,500 pieces, which anybody that knows how some of this stuff works, 1,500 pieces is each little piece of connector is one piece. But the main thing is it came with the correct crimper for the job. I hope it did. It said it's the one that goes to it. Yeah, that's that style. Pull this baby out. The components of this ratcheting crimping tool are made of special steel, designed accordingly to human factors engineering. It can save 50% energy when crimping. Precise crimping die sets and integral lock with self-releasing mechanism ensure high-quality crimping effect after crimping repeatedly. So it's saying that even though you use it a bunch of times, it should still do it correctly. Accurate adjustment before X works delivery. I think what they're saying is that they went through and made sure that it was fully functional before they sent it to us. Due to best handle grasping position, light and compact structure, and handle design, ensure to perfect crimping effect. Alright. Well, let's see. Okay. I did have to push it kind of hard to get it to release that. Not super hard, but... So you put your crimper in there. .25 to 0.5, 0.5 to 1, 1 to 1.5. Okay. So if you, let's say we're doing the middle one, because that's probably what we're gonna end up using. You close it, your crimp is in there, you slide your wire in, full crimp, and that releases it. Nice. The nice thing about that is you don't have to hold the little piece in there and try to, you know, like I was doing with, this is my other set of pliers that I kept accidentally crushing the little pieces on. So, alright. Well, let's put that there. Put that out of the way. SN-28B Dupont Ratchet Crimper Set. I don't think I've gotten many with instructions before. Cool. Choose the suitable slot and place the pin in one of the 3 slots. Crimp the connector till it is fully in the slot. Strip the wire and inset the wire into the connector. Close the tool slightly until ratchet engages and grasp the connector. Got a neatly crimped wire with secure pin on the end. Please operate as the figure below. Alright. 20 tips. Tip number 1, the tool has 3 different sizes built into the jaws. To accommodate different size wires pins, each jaw has a little step. to help you align the wire and sheath properly for an ideal crimp. Okay, I'll look for that here in 1 second. Tip number 2, 22 gauge wire works well in the center bottom slot. 18 gauge works well in the innermost of the bottom slots. And then it has some pictures. Oh. Maybe? Okay. They're holding it this way, so all the writing is to you. Yep. They put the pin in through here backwards, so the back of the pin sticks out, and which is kind of weird because oh, they're on the top. I see them. There is little indents in the top that when that's down, you slide the wire to and then crimp it. Okay, cool. Get that out of the way. Now, this guy, this is the Proster 1550 piece Dupont male-female pin connectors and 1.5 5-foot IDC cable. I did not know that it came with cable. Maybe I did. Maybe that is why I chose this one. Alright. Oh yeah, like Christmas morning. Which is funny because it is December 2nd. But it looks like we have 200 female pin connectors, 200 male pin connectors. The singles that you will use the most, it has 80, and actually now I remember that's why I bought this particular kit, because all the other kits had 40 to 50, and I knew that we'd use those the most. 60 of the 2-place, 40 of the 3-place, 40 of 4-place, 40 of 5-place, 30 6-place, 30 8-place, and 30 10-place. That's really nice. And then you get 10 each 2.5 male header and 2.5 female headers. Okay. Does it actually? And on here it doesn't show the wire, but that's enough wire to get you started. Yeah. Right around 5 foot or so. I'm, you know, right around 5'7", so just roll this back up real quick. You'll need a lot of wire. Now, there isn't really anything wrong with using this Dupont wire. I was finding I had ordered some, and well, it's kind of like this. Even though the case looks really good, there's almost no wire in there. And by the time you strip it and solder it, I was having connection issues. So I went with Cat 5 cable instead. But if this is what you got, use it. There's a lot of stuff in the sim that is wired with this wire that is working. Well, apparently this fine time of year it got thrown around quite a bit and during shipping, but so we'll have to go through and re-put these where they go because they are all completely messed up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is really cool that there's 10 place connectors. One thing you can do to make plugs, because one of the hardest things that I find is I actually had this happen yesterday. One of my toggle switches that are fully installed in the sim, I must have hit the wire running other wires and broke it. So I had to trace that all the way out to the box, unplug it, unplug all the grounds to make sure that when I soldered it, I didn't, mess anything up. And I did actually miss one. Thankfully, it didn't hurt anything. But so I want to come up with a way to make my own connectors to where right after all of the devices. I'll probably do this in the other sim that we do, but we just have quick plugs. So one way that I thought about doing it, and you don't have to do it with 10s, you can do it with 6s or anything really. I would just keep it consistent how you make them. So what I would do is take your pin headers here and offset them so there's a little gap in there between them, and then make your other side match it, and leave, like, if you leave one off on this side, just leave 2 off on the other side, or none off on the other side, and it'd just be like that. That way, when you unplug it, you can go do whatever you need to do. If you're changing things, or you had a switch go bad, because they do that, or an encoder go bad, you can solder them, put them back in, plug it back in, and you don't have to undo the wire through your whole sim all the way out. Alright. So, I want to see how this thing crimps, but I do not want to use one of the males. I've only made a few females, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to grab my wire strippers and a chunk of wire. Because I just want to see it work. Probably gotta put it in there first. Alright. So oh, that's tiny. Let me double check on here. That looks like they're pointing down. Can't really see it on that picture, but Okay. We're gonna try it pointing down, because what's the worst that happens? Put your finger back there just to keep it from falling out. Put the wire in. Squeeze. Nope. Didn't crimp it. That's the other reason I'm using these ones, so oops, too much. So this time, that time I put the things down. This time, that really seems like it should be right. The one problem is if you go too far, you can't just back up one notch. This time I did it backwards. I pointed them up, so we'll see if that works. Well, I put it in too far, but pointing them up, oh yeah, beautiful. Of course, you can pull on any connector and rip the front of it off. I actually pulled pretty hard there to make that come off. What do I want to try now? Now, yeah, it's got to be up, because they really fit nicely coming out. Well, the funny thing is, it says that there's a spot that your wire will touch. That was actually kind of nice. I could let go of it and it doesn't fall. See? Because I've got it just barely squeezed in there. So I actually wonder. I'm sure with practice I'll get better at that, but okay, that's one thing. My wire's not stripped far enough. I think once I get used to it, it won't be a big deal, but until then, I think what I'm going to do is slide the wire in here. Put this in here. Yeah, that didn't do it. But, alright guys, there you go. That is unboxing the Proster PST-083. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you haven't done it already, click the subscribe button up there. And remember, land safely.